Hi, welcome back to Distilled. Tonight we have another bourbon, our third in the series. This is Stagg Jr. from Buffalo Trace. You want to tell us a little bit about this?
This is one of the kind of quintessential bourbons of the modern bourbon age.
Yeah.
And this batch particularly, which you can only tell by the proofs because they come in different proofs every batch. This is batch 12, considered one of the kind of heralded pinnacles of Stagg Jr. Actually, recently, the last couple of batches, it's now been renamed just Stagg. There is a Stagg Sr, or George T. Stagg, which is part of the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection, which is a very sought-after bottle. But that's about a 15-year-ish, 15-year-old Buffalo Trace product. This one is much younger, like in 8 to 9 year kind of range, and it's off their Nashville one, which is a little kind of lower rye, higher corn. So Buffalo Trace and this Nashville are known for being very sweet. I think we should. I don't want to taint your palates or brain and with predisposition for ideas or flavors, but this is kind of, to me, in the hallmark, the wheelhouse of the kind of hallmark flavors of bourbon. Have you guys tried this before? Or had
First time for me.
Have you had Buffalo Trace before, or any of the products?
If I did, I wouldn't. I couldn't remember.
So the good old normal Buffalo Trace bottle, it's around $20 or so, $30.
Great bottle.
It's the same mash bill, same product, just even younger, and proof down more.
Right. So a mash bill. Do you know what a mash bill is?
No, I don't.
Okay, so a mash bill is the term is used across both beers and distilled drinks, but it's basically the amount and the types of different grains that are going.
Wow.
That are being mashed.
Right, that makes sense.
So it's the bill of mash.
Right.
Do you want to tell us about the
Yeah,
bottle?
what do you think about the bottle?
Yeah, pretty standard, to be honest. I mean, and anytime you can get really, simple with just, the printing and being on the bottle itself. I like it, you kind of don't know which way it goes, which is also kind of nice. Until you get it, you kind of hold it. The bottle itself pretty simple, so I'm excited to try it, though, to be honest. Something new for me since I've never had it.
So this type of graphic on the front.
It's etched in, yeah. It's etched in, and then it's used, and then they use an ink to fill the etch so that it goes in. Because if you feel it's flat with the glass, so there's no emboss or deboss on that.
Okay.
Yeah. It's actually quite expensive to do it as well, which is you don't see it a lot, or you'll find there's other ways and you can feel it, so there's a different texture to it. It's just a more elegant way of making it happen.
Let's check it out here.
I mean, and this is a different, this is a much deeper amber.
Has some oily, thick legs, little thinner and faster than that 17-year-old we had.
Yeah, it's not
just slow dripping oil.
Molasses.
Yeah, but still
viscosity.
Yeah. Nice dark color. Once again, almost bordering on the ruby-ish kind of.
Looking at the bottle, I mean, it almost looks like Coca-Cola. Kind of.
Speaking of Coca-Cola. Totally different beats, right?
It's interesting on the ones we've had. My nose, the first time you hit, all I pick up is the kick, right? And then the alcohol. Mm-hmm. And then once you kind of settle down, then that's what you start to get into the more of the flow, and you can start pulling up. But that first one hurts almost right away, right? Gets inside the nose, ruffles the nose hairs.
What's the ABV on this?
I will tell you after we have a sip and get into a little bit. So this is the classic, what I consider pretty classic bourbon. So caramel, brown sugar, and vanilla, and oak. Cola. And I love a cola note. Cola, I like a cherry.
Yeah.
I like cola.
It's cherry Coke.
Cola is my jam. I love a cola note. And so sometimes you get that cola, and some whiskeys you'll get this weird effervescent, kind of almost bubbly kind of mouthfeel to it, and when you mix those two and maybe some cherry in there too, oh, we got a winner. But any one of those kind of things I love. But cola is one of my jams too.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily drink Coca-Cola or soda at all, but I love that cola.
Yeah, I mean, we all grew up on that, right?
There's a little fruitiness. It's different though.
Yeah.
Darker, stewed fruits, something like that. It's different. Not that bright citrus.
Kind of like it fits the color. I feel like we, when the citrusy brings in those, but with the darker, it's like it almost fits that bill. I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying the difference in that though.
Yeah, totally.
The simplicity in that. Because I got the cola right away with you guys. I'm feeling very, very dark, and I need to start writing a book or something.
Let's give it a shot here.
Yeah, I'm starting to get into woody notes too.
Curious to think what you guys think of the palate.
Yeah, this is maybe my third time with Stagg Jr. And it's different than what I remember.
Good old Stagg Jr. Different kind of spice. It's low rye.
It's spicy.
Wow, I'm getting a lot of spice.
That might be.
It's still burning.
Yeah, it's still burning. Yeah.
And it's from the alcohol, but it's not like you're drinking alcohol. It's different though.
Caramelized sugar, brown sugar.
There's a big hit of something in the beginning that I could not put my finger on, but it's distinct and it's big, and then it goes to different, the other stuff, it's spicy and other stuff. But I need to go back to that. There's a little bit of fruit. I can't put my finger on what kind of fruit it is. Once again, it's a darker fruit, but not dark like prune kind of thing. Then it reminds me of like candy, like a caramel kind of candy. Not in a bad way, not too sweet, but it is sweet. The second and third sips, not nearly as much of that spice, right? I'll adjust to it. It's there, but it's not that first hit is whoa, especially compared to what we had previously.
No, that first hit was pretty hard. It went in guns a-blazing.
But that guns a-blazing kind of thing, that is a characteristic of what many people like in a bourbon.
Yeah.
It's that kind of.
Oh no, for sure.
You walk into the saloon and you're a cowboy. Give me a shot.
Right.
I want to feel that burn.
Yeah.
It's a thing. If it's too weak or it's too low proof, especially in bourbon, people love chasing the high proof stuff.
Yeah.
And speaking of high proof, any guesses on the proof on this? Any ideas?
I mean, it's above
it's above what we had before.
It's like above 10. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's above 110 for sure.
It's 132.3. But it doesn't taste as hot as you might think that would.
No.
If you're gonna drink rubbing alcohol.
What's the point of going that high on the alcohol though? Is it because of that's that old school feeling that they're trying to help kind of achieve, or is there a different? Like, does it enhance the flavor in some way, or does it do something?
Well, in this case, it's just the barrel strength. That's the strength that came out of the barrel, so they didn't water it down.
Oh, I see.
Which is people seek for sure. But yes, it does have more flavor because the alcohol and these compounds and aromas and tastes do have a solvent-solute kind of relationship.
Yeah.
And the higher the alcohol, the more it can dissolve. Yeah. So you actually should be able to get more flavors and variety of flavors, a punch of flavors with that. So it is definitely sought after. And for a lot of people, the barrel proof and high proof stuff is very sought after. For all these kind of reasons, for the sake of bourbon punch, for the sake of punch of flavor and variety of flavors, all these things. And same with Scotch, like the high proof Scotch, the cask strength Scotch, you water it down to the level you want. This could definitely take a drop of water and it probably open up a little more.
Yeah, I think for complexity, this is not as high as some of if you are looking for something to but it's still like there is complexity there. It's just not like at some of these other.
You can't sit and contemplate.
Yeah.
You know, every sip's gonna be different, all these different kind of things. But it's delicious and it's in its own right. Very oaky.
It's a different beast.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically what it is. And it's a beast, horns and all.
Yeah, so to me, this is a more classic bourbon. Sweet, not too sweet, but sweet.
Oh, see, I just got the sweet there. Yeah.
No, I mean it's pretty sweet.
Sweet oak, I mean, vanilla, caramel. You know, a little bit of once again like a mild chocolate kind of thing. There's none of these have been super chocolatey or fudgy, but there's a little bit of like a hint of in that direction.
I can see the chocolate. Yeah, it's in that realm.
And sweet, typically in bourbon, is a good thing. You know,
Yeah.
You want to feel like this. It's a good, positive descriptor.
The like connection between what you see, what you smell, what I taste. There's a clear line, and that there's no surprises there. All right, I get it. It's nice.
Yeah, there's no two ways about it. It's nice. And sometimes you want someone to contemplate, and sometimes you just want to drink something that tastes good. It's delicious.
All right, do we want to do final thoughts?
Final thoughts.
You want to start, Matt?
Well, a lot more chocolate now, like milk chocolate. Nice. I mean, Stagg Jr. Has the hype and the chase and everything, reputation for a reason. It's good.
Yeah.
And the first batch of this stuff where people said was still all kind of crazy hot and off balance and not good. But 12. This is the batch where this is what they consider kind of, like I said, towards the pinnacle of Stagg Jr. products. This one, even people argue, was better than the George T. Stagg of that same year.
Okay.
Which I think is probably true. The Stagg Jr. is great. I like it. There's a reason. It lives up to the hype, which is all you can ask for, right?
Yeah.
It's not overhyped. It's good.
I agree with all that. And to me, I like the difference in it. I wasn't keen on the high alcohol content, but I don't know. This one, to me, just the lineage was clear. The aftertaste kept actually getting better and better, and that I'm still getting a lot of aftertaste.
Yep.
Which is really nice.
Yeah, I would say. How do you sum up this? This is a fiery, charging beast. Right? It's in your face, and it's good. There's a lot to enjoy there. It's got a lot of what people are looking for from a bourbon, kind of that fiery heat. A lot of sweet. And it's different from a standard bourbon. It's kind of like a bourbon taken up a notch, right? Maybe 2 notches. And it has a price tag to go with it. And what are we looking for?
Well, MSRP on this, if you can find it, is actually around $50.
Yeah.
But you'll probably never find it for that.
Find it at $50.
And this particular batch, it's out there on probably an auction, secondary kind of thing. Once again, this particular batch commands an extra markup over the rest. While the rest you would probably find for $300, $350. This could go for $450.
Yeah,
easily.
But you can actually find this in bars.
Yep.
Right? And
find a bar.
You'll a pour.
Probably pretty reasonable.
Yeah, like 30.
If that's offered $20 or $30, I think it'd be pretty fair.
$20-$30.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So it's definitely something you can find. So yeah.
But any Stagg Jr. you find is worth a try. From this point, they seem to turn the corner, and everything after that's been really good.
All right. Thank you for joining us on Distilled. We have 2 more bourbons coming up this week, so stick around. Thank you for joining us.